All right, welcome to episode 25 of Just One More Topic, brought to you by our featured, yes, Pac-Man. The shirt, the Band-Aids, you can actually get these from Target.
I'm hungry and I want white pellets and fruit. Anyway, Pac-Man!
There you go, Namco. Haven't innovated.
This is episode
25.
25. And we are going to talk to you briefly about some next-gen stuff, just kind of what's going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. Of course, we're leading into PlayStation 4 and Xbox
362.
Yeah.
And
the reason we say that is because everything that Microsoft was pushing with the Xbox One is almost completely gone.
Yeah.
The whole always connected, always on, having to authenticate. If you don't within 24 hours, it stops functioning.
DRM crap with used games and sharing games
Connect
is gone.
has to always be on. Even when the system is off, it has to be on, which never really made sense anyways. But
they redacted that?
yeah.
No, that was the last thing. When? I missed that.
Last
thing I heard, they said no, the Connect still has to always be on for the system to function. Of course, that's 2 weeks ago.
Well,
or 3 weeks ago.
I mean, it still has to be connected, but when you turn the system off, it shuts off. Like you don't have to have it on.
Oh, good.
So,
well, the camera's still going to be watching you. But yeah, and there's even word that they are bringing back gold sharing.
The family,
family gold sharing. Essentially, you and your family, or you and your friends, or however that works, you basically have one gold account for your household. And say your buddy decides to sign on and, go play online Call of Duty or Battlefield or whatever the kids are playing these days. And he can essentially use your gold subscription to power his profile online.
and they did away with it with the whole Xbox One.
Yeah, it was almost vindictive. It's like, fine, you want to play used games, not have to always be on. Fine, we're taking our gold sharing and going home.
And then everyone was still just saying, well, we're still going to buy a PlayStation 4. Okay, well, we'll look into it. Just don't make any hasty decisions. So, the only thing that I've noticed with the Xbox One that is still there is the games.
Yeah.
I mean, that's obviously not going to be changing. They're not going to just, well, here's more 360. Well,
yeah, you say that. No, the games look awesome. There is a lot of stuff, kind of like we said, they are flopping and redacting on so many policies. And again, my still blatant fear is kind of, what about 6 months down the road? If you switch this quickly, you can switch it back on.
yeah.
Once people have bought the system and are at your mercy.
Yeah, and that's my biggest concern is that they did change their policy so fast to get people to buy the system. What happens once you've bought the system?
Yeah, I would like to believe that our companies are bigger than that and don't need to resort to that, but, oh, right, I'm not a moron. I know better.
You're an American. Which, Microsoft, anyway.
Yeah.
So...
But I think it'll be really interesting. I mean, most of you have probably made your decision one way or another, and in fact, you should have. I'm more curious about the war that's going to happen between fanboys, and I talked about this briefly, kind of, the whole, like, you need to feel vindicated in the item you have chosen to spend so much of your money on. But
because they're not as expensive as you PC elitists have to spend to have a quality experience.
Don't even start. Don't. It's okay.
But they're still hundreds of dollars.
Fanboy. But still, to have a major console, two major consoles released in the same time frame with the choke point on pre-orders that's already going on. I mean, GameStop pre-orders are done. I'm pretty sure Toys R Us and Walmart. Target hasn't said anything. My phone's ringing.
Where did Nintendo come from? They're not in this discussion.
But so it'll be really interesting to see how that goes down. I'm morbidly curious. I want to have, I really want to see video of Black Friday. If you get some, post some up. Oh my God, it's going to be hilarious.
Because there's a pretty good chance. Sony hasn't said anything as far as the actual launch month. At least with Microsoft, November.
Yeah, we know, definitely.
Which means probably pretty close to Black Friday, which is already going to be hectic and crazy and just.
Or in conjunction with Ghosts, Call of Duty. That is.
Oh yeah, they could have some kind of like launch thing going on. But the big question is, what is Sony doing? They have not confirmed what their launch month is. They have said they are not going to launch in Japan this year.
Yeah, which is, I read that and it's kind of like, what the what? Like, how they
North America and Europe are the priority.
Why are they not?
Japan loves PlayStation.
I mean, have you read any more on that? Like, what is their reasoning?
They're just not going to be able to manufacture enough, and as far as how many they can sell, in comparison, they've got a much bigger opportunity with North America and Europe than just Japan.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess my viewpoint of that is still kind of really skewed. It's like they're installed in like smart houses over there or something, you know, which their smart houses are crazy. And it is a phone day. I love phones.
Yeah, it's
sorry,
man, 8-bit and Nintendo invading the next gen talk.
One cool thing that was brought up that Sony has started doing, some of you may have seen the commercial, is they're going to be doing almost an auction house for your trophies, trying to put it towards a good point. Literally, like they showed they're doing what are they called, the splitters?
Clickers from The Last of Us.
They've got a costume on it, and you can basically auction your trophies. And right now, what do you say, it was up to like 975 gold trophies or something? Yeah. And it'll be kept track of online, so you earn more trophies, which I think is neat. Although, honestly, Microsoft has a much better system for that since they do just raw point values. I mean, 975 gold trophies, okay. Well, but of course, you've got, well, y'all know what trophies you have. Yeah. You know,
there's bronze and silver that essentially are useless.
Yeah, I mean, what's the number variation for that? Like, if it's 9, you know, like, well, like when we're playing D&D, you know, we know how many gold pieces we need to make a platinum piece, how many platinum to make electrum, so on and so forth, or silver to make gold. So what does one platinum trophy mean as far as gold trophies? How many gold trophies doth a platinum make? Or, considering the way you have to get trophies, it's completely irrelevant, because when you get certain achievements, there's not a better word for it, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In the game, you get one of these styles of trophies. So maybe they're all just, you can't just automatically, well, we're betting gold trophies here. You can't all of a sudden go, well, I'm going to bet you 2 platinum instead. Does that change that entirely? I need information, man.
And I mean, gold trophies are hard to get because they're gold trophies. They're supposed to be fairly difficult to get unless you're playing like Warhawk and it's just like, hey, host an online server for 4 hours. Okay, hosting. Set the controller down, sleep.
Well, but I mean, seriously, it's like somebody's like, okay, well, I mean, you're keeping track of everything you've lost and all that, and they're at 975 gold trophies right now. If I log in and decide to go, okay, well, I've used a lot of my gold trophies, but you know what? I've got 3,000 bronze trophies. Is that enough, or is it because we've gone up to gold? I mean, is it not Dead Man's Hand, the dice pirate game thing count? What is that called? Anyway, the bottom line is you can bet, you know, a certain number of 2s. Well, that's fine. Well, I bet 4 2s. Okay, well, I want to bet 5 2s. The minute homeboy over here goes 1 3, we have changed it and shifted it because we've gone up a number. Is it the same principle? Well, which is why I say Microsoft has a better system, because it's just pure points.
Yeah, and that's I can kind of understand Platinum's not being incorporated because you have to get every trophy in a game to get the Platinum.
Which should make them worth the most. But again, it's like they are eventually going to have to come up with a number system, because I guarantee you, I would think to do that. You know, it's like, whoa, I keep just betting these gold trophies. I have all these silver and, you know, thousands of them over here. I've got to do something with them.
Like maybe 15 bronze makes 1 silver, 15 silver makes a gold.
I find the increments of 10 are usually the simplest for people to comprehend.
Yeah.
But that's not us. They actually have to go back through. Sony has to do this and assign the number values. The only way they do that is go, how many total copper or bronze are available? Sorry, I'm D&D again. How many total silver, how many total gold, how many total platinum? You have to take those numbers out, average it out, and figure out your own monetary system for it. Man. Again, a raw point value would have made this so much easier, but it's a cool idea. I hope Microsoft pays attention.
Because it is interesting. The Greatness Awaits commercial is where all these props and costumes and things are coming from. So if you've seen the commercial, there's like Diablo and Skyrim and a bunch of other things that are in there. So being able to just cash in your trophies and actually having some kind of value towards them is good. And that's been episode 25 of Just One More Topic. I don't think they got all the hair off when. Yeah. Oh God, that's cool.
I'm Tiborius.
I'm Tridrachius.
Bye bye.